Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Donna from Hair Today, Gone Tomorrow. I would like to start today with giving you all information about my story and when my alopecia started and how it made me feel and what my journey's been like since its infancy. I began to develop alopecia symptoms and signs at the age of 12. There would be thick masses of hair in my hairbrush. My mother decided to take me pretty much to every doctor that she could think of under the sun, from dermatologists to internal medicine. There were vast amounts of lab work drawn. And finally, I went to a family doctor of mine after I gotten older. I was around the age of probably in my mid-20s. And this particular provider said to me, has anybody ever told you that you had alopecia and probably polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is a lot of times hand in hand. They go together, you know. And so my hair had become very thin to the point that I had, I tried wigs, I had done weaves. My hair was so baby fine and soft that weaves would not hold. I did laser, which the laser did help because it sort of put a peach fuzzy type texture back over the top of my head, which sort of disguised the actual scalp itself, where my hair didn't look so thin because there was this like brown film layer over top of my head, which disguised the thinning. And it did look really good for a while, but then, you stop the laser, the hair growth stops. And so pretty much I had felt pretty hopeless, didn't really know what to do. And at that point, I had gotten married. I got married when I was 25. I had my only child at 29. And my hair, especially after childbirth, was extremely thin. And you could basically, it was like strands of hair. You could just see my entire scalp. So, I had done research. I was embarrassed. People would ask questions. Are you sick? Do you have cancer? What's going on? Why is your hair so thin? People would stare. And it was embarrassing in the work setting as well. My coworkers and my friends were always very supportive. They didn't judge me by my hair, how many fibers I had on my head, which at that time was very few. And so I just sort of moved through life. I never let my hair or my weight define who I was. I was just who I was, and you either wanted to join in and be my friend and part of my little world, or you didn't. And so I just decided that, forget about it for a while, and that was all good and fine. But then, I don't know, I just felt like I really just wanted my hair back, because when I was a little girl, my hair was just massively thick. And so I went to Hair Club, of all places, and what I discovered there is that, they were the first place that got me on the track to where I am now. And that is, they basically shave off what little bit of hair that you have on the very top of your head, like this part, and they basically have what is a monofilament type cap with hair embedded into that, and that blends into the hair that you have underneath here, which I didn't have cut off. So, and that was great. I mean, it was like I had normalcy, I had confidence. People didn't stare. All of the things that I was always embarrassed about or worried about or felt insecure about because people would stare was over. However, that was $200 a month. And to keep that up for long periods of time became very difficult. The economy, as we all know, has been on a downward climb for a decade or more. And so it became very expensive. One of the ladies that I really liked at Hair Club ended up losing her job there. And so at that point, I decided that I needed to find other avenues. And I reached out to someone here locally in West Virginia who basically did the same thing for me for half the price. Um, if you want that information, I would be more than happy to pass that on to you. You would need to ask me that in a private message. I really don't want to divulge that person's name or location because I haven't asked permission to do that. However, I continued to do the hair pieces, and then throughout the years, I just got really frustrated with having, like when I would take the hair off, I used to keep it on for like a month and would go in and have the hair, cleaned, my head cleaned monthly, and that got really bothersome because I ended up getting a really bad scalp infection from that and was very infected for a very long period of time. And this hairdresser that I was going to locally said, look, you're going to have to take this off every night and it's going to have to stay bandaged. I mean, like I had an open wound on my scalp. And so at that point, I just fell in love with the fact that, wow, I can take this off every night. It's great. It's free. It's cooler. It's not damaging the hair as much. And so I thought to myself, I think I'm just going to start taking it off every day anyway. And I became very frustrated with how stringy the hair that I had left had become. It was, to me, it was more of a pain to have the hair. And about a year and a half ago, I received a lot of support from family and friends, and I had talked to my best friend, and I'm like, what do you think? And, she was very supportive. She's like, your hair doesn't define who you are. If you want to shave your entire head, you need to do it. And, I had another friend that was like, I think that it would look better just not having any hair at all versus, these few little, wisps of hair that you have around your head. And so I just basically got a wild hair one morning, got up, shaved my whole head, and said, forget it. Well, at that point, a cranial piece that's just right here, gust of wind blows, it flaps up, and you've got this whole bottom part on your head that's not covered with hair. So that's when, the wig venture was born, and I've never been happier. I absolutely love being able to wear different wig every day if I want to, a different color every day, different styles. Just the experimentation with wigs is absolutely so much fun. And I really think that my coworkers, my friends, and my family are very supportive in what I'm doing. And the journey that has got me here has actually been at times very painful, but the journey's also been very rewarding because I'm so blessed to have such wonderful people in my life, wonderful coworkers along this journey over the years, people that are just so supportive, and that's from every job I've had. I worked in public school system for a while, and even the kids were like, Miss Donna, we think you're so cool, and it's just been great to have such a supportive family, supportive friends, and just people that really think that, what, it doesn't matter if your head has hair on it or not. It doesn't change the fact that you're Donna, and we like you, and we don't care if you have hair or not. And then when I did the photo shoot, and that's actually the picture that I have on my YouTube background, Brittany Bailey did that for me. And when I did that photo shoot and then released that on Facebook and just let the whole world know that, look, this is who I am. Without makeup, we're all not as pretty. I have rosacea. I have really rosy cheeks. I have veins showing through my skin. I don't like my nose, and everybody can cover up those imperfections. And I like the fact that I can get up and put on makeup if I want to. If I don't want to, I don't. I've found that recently I've been wearing less and less makeup to work because it does get hot and it's uncomfortable. I'm a nurse, and it is very uncomfortable to have to, not only like wear a wig, but you're burning up and you have all this makeup on, and it's just really stupid. And so I've really learned in this journey over the last year to just really own who you are. I like who I am. I like the journey that I've had. It's taught me a lot about myself and who I am, and that it doesn't matter if you have hair. It doesn't matter if you're fluffy and overweight. It doesn't matter if you're wearing makeup or you're not wearing makeup. It's who you are inside and the type of person that you are all the time that matters. And, I'm just on it, and that's always who I've been. I've always owned who I am. I'm a very well-rounded, confident woman that just, I don't care if I have hair on or not, and I don't care if I have makeup on or not. It doesn't define me. I'm going to be comfortable in every setting, and I think that's what life's all about, is really loving who you are in your own skin, and not having to have an individual say that, I love you, because I love me, and I don't feel like I have to have any kind of validation from anybody. It's you like me or you don't. And at the end of the day, that's okay if you don't. And we're all different, and thank God for it. But I just wanted to share my story. If any of you out there are having a hard time with a journey with alopecia or PCOS, feel free to message me down below. I would appreciate your support in not only subscribing to my channel, like this video. Please share this video on your Facebook, share it on your Twitter, whatever social media that you're using, so that this video will reach other people and possibly help other people out there that are dealing with the same thing. And I just want to be able to help women feel empowered just in their own skin. And if this message helps one person feel confident because they've lost their hair and it's okay, then that's great. I helped somebody, and this was all worthwhile. But I don't feel like this would be a true alopecia story if I did not share, like, this is a wig that I've already done my review on, that I did receive from hairremy.com. Love their company. It was $21.49. I usually wear this unit braided every day at work. My friend and co-worker, before we get started in the mornings, I try to be a few minutes early, and she'll usually braid it, and that'll last a few days. Ashley's fabulous at, playing around and fixing my hair for me. Hey, Ashley. And so I just want to share that this is me with hair, and this is the band that I wear. It's very stretchy. It is a silicone band. It's got the silicone straps in it. I don't know if you can see that, on both sides, against the head and against the hair, and it really helps adhere the hair to your head. It's very comfortable throughout the day. And this is me just being me. And this is me at home most of the time without the makeup. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really appreciate all the support that I've received so far. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach over 100 viewers this month. And I'm not there yet, and I would really appreciate your support. And I love you guys. Thanks a lot, and have a blessed day.